All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, hold up. I think my microphone's a little too close. Oh, we are back. It's been a while. It's been a minute. I think my last stream was like 3 weeks ago. Now, I have an excuse because it is holiday season. Thanksgiving, I was on break. Christmas, I will be on break. So I will do what I can, but in the month of November, which I already passed, and this month in December, videos will not be as much because I will be taking trips during the holiday break. But while I'm here, while I'm home, I will give y'all as much content as I possibly can. So now I am doing content, but it is on my second channel. So I am playing Bully right now. I am playing Judgment. So those games will be uploaded on the second channel, just so y'all know. So go follow that. So if I'm not being consistent on there, I for sure am a little bit more consistent on the second channel because I got stuff scheduled ahead of time. So when I'm on break, a couple gameplay walkthroughs are going to be on the second one. So we are on chapter 3 of Judgment. The game is getting really good. We are in unknown territory now. So when I first started that game, I believe I stopped at chapter 3, but now we are continuing and I don't know what's about to happen now. Bully, I took a whole year plus off with that game, and I am now trying to get back to finishing that. So we are playing that now. So I got a couple videos upcoming for that. And offline, we do have Expedition 33. So we are playing that, but that is a game that I can't play online. I can't stream that. Like I gotta be in the zone when I'm playing a game like that. So upcoming, we do have the Game Awards this Thursday. Hey, appreciate it for jumping in. We do have the Game Awards this Thursday on the 11th, so I will be streaming that. What else is going on? So that will be on Twitch. I can't stream it on YouTube because copyright stuff. Twitch is a little bit more free, which I can do that on, but yeah, so I will be doing that. I think it's at like 6 o'clock or 6:30 or something like that. So definitely tune in because I will be streaming that. It's some big news. Expedition 33 is gonna do a Kendrick Lamar sweep, and of course I want other games to win, but Expedition 33 is probably gonna be taking home like 4 to 5 awards. They got nominated for 12, so we're gonna see. So got my Christmas tree hanging up in the back, a little decorative piece. I got my other Christmas tree in the living room. Got some Christmas garland in the we being festive. We being festive this stream and for this whole month of December. So what do we got to talk about today? So I don't know how long the stream is gonna go. So of course after I get done with the stream, we're gonna chop it up into videos, chop it up into shorts, TikTok reels, whatever, and move on. So that will probably hold me over until the stream awards. Oh, Jesus, not the stream awards, the game awards. So, topics. As y'all saw in the thumbnail. Festive ass. Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite month. This is the birthday month too. So, Dead Space. We got some unfortunate news about Dead Space. CD Projekt Red CD Projekt Red listed a whole bunch of like games. They got a whole game plan of what they're wanting to do for the next 6, 7, 8 years. Ubisoft. We're gonna get into Ubisoft. Far Cry. They're making a TV show. It's gonna be on FX. I love Far Cry. Well, we're gonna get into it. I love Far Cry, but they are making a TV show just like with Fallout. Far Cry 7. So we got leaked images, we got leaked news that they are doing a Far Cry 7. I don't know when it's gonna drop, but we're gonna get more into that. And of course, like I said before, we got the Game Awards. I just heard today we got a Tomb Raider news drop that may be coming through. So we're gonna see about that. So I don't know if it's a sequel to the previous games or if they start from scratch on a whole new thing, but I know that the Tomb Raider Season 2 on Netflix is coming up soon. And we're gonna get into Netflix too. Netflix, Warner Bros. Their news dropped today. Paramount is trying to do a whole buyout. So we don't know what's gonna happen with Warner Bros. But we're gonna save that for last. So let's get into some of these articles. All right, so of course, read it through. All my works cited is going to be on the description, the videos, if y'all want to look at it. But we're just going to read through, and I'll give y'all my thoughts on what this is. So, Dead Space. Y'all know EA did a whole buyout, that 50 something billion dollar buyout. And I don't know what is going to be taken off the map. I don't know what's going to continue. EA owns all the sports games. EA owns Dead Space, of course. They got Mass Effect. Yeah, all the EA the FIFAs, all the EA sports, they got that. So we don't know what the future is going to hold for this company, and we don't know what's about to be deleted or not. So unfortunately, we got news that Dead Space is not going to be moving forward. Dead Space is one of my favorite series. One of the first games that really got me into the horror genre. And Dead Space 1 and 2 already goated. Dead Space 3 was okay. They did the remake of 1. We thought it was going somewhere. I love Dead Space 1 remake. I thought they were going to make a Dead Space 2 remake from the way it got such huge success from the first one, but apparently not. They want to switch it up. So let's read this and get into it. So, Dead Space franchise has reportedly been put on ice by EA, and company employees are hopeful the company will sell the IP. During the recent episode of the Insider Gaming Weekly podcast, co-host Mike Shaw shared that based on what his sources told him, internal messaging at EA indicates that Dead Space IP is currently on ice with no active plans to revive the series. What I've been told is that Dead Space, all the internal messaging points to the IP. Okay, I already read that again. While there's no official confirmation from EA, Shaw's information aligns with the company's decision to have the Dead Space remake project leads and others at Motive Studio join the teams at Criterion, Dice, and Ripple to work on Battlefield 6. Shaw also noted that some within EA who previously worked on the Dead Space series are privately hoping that the new ownership may consider selling the franchise. So this franchise is going to be gone. So they're even having talks about them selling this whole Dead Space franchise. He stressed that the sentiment comes from employees, not from EA leadership itself. The staff members believe that the company's public investment fund deal goes through. The new ownership may seek to quickly cut costs and recoup funds. The ownership is reportedly struggling on the money side. Now, because of this deal, they're going to look to cut costs and recoup pretty quickly. Oof. Podcast co-host Tom Henderson reminded that even franchise co-creator Dead Space 4 without success. Okay, so that even franchise co-creator Glenn Schofield once attempted to pitch Dead Space 4 without success. EA's priorities have shifted heavily towards large-scale live service. That is the reason. So I did a video way back a couple weeks ago. Glenn Schofield, I think he was like the co-creator of the Dead Space series. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he pitched the idea of Dead Space 4. I would have loved it. I'm all for it. Give me a show, give me a movie. And like I said before, Dead Space would be a great TV series because you can flesh that whole universe out. World building is, you can do a lot of things with this series. But he specifically wanted to pitch Dead Space 4. But apparently, from what I just read, they not doing that shit. So EA is more focused on live service stuff. So it's like a priority list for them. This ain't really a priority. They are so focused in on these live service DLC, these add-ons, microtransactions. Of course, they own all the sports games. Not all of them, but the big ones. They got Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is going crazy right now. But they have their focus more on the major blockbuster games, the AAA games, and stuff that's giving live service. Now, I think we are at a state where live service is just getting out of hand, and we are not focusing on the single player lifestyle right now. Now, there is a wave, there is a big chunk of live service titles and like Fortnite, sports games, GTA, yeah, but like I said, it's not really a priority for them to be creating games like a Dead Space 4, which is very unfortunate because people love Dead Space. I need another sequel. I wish they was doing another project on it, but it's a business at the end of the day. With this buyout, they are focused on the business. They really don't care about the consumers like that. That's not where the attention is. It's like, what is making, at the end of the day, what's making me the most money? And are people buying it? Now, I think the top 10 highest selling games, 70 to 80% of those games are sports games or games with live service. So that is what the company is dealing with. So they're like, all right, this is the most highest selling thing out right now. We got to continue with this live service stuff. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, I'm not really a multiplayer guy like that, so I may be a little bit more biased when it comes to single player games, but we need, of course, a balance. But this live service stuff has gotten out of hand. So Henderson questioned the likelihood of an IP sale. Oh wait, let me go back. Okay, so EA's priorities have shifted heavily toward large-scale live service titles and blockbuster action games, while other projects, including some from Respawn and even a Black Panther title, were reportedly canceled in an effort to streamline the company and make it an appropriate target for an acquisition. So games like Black Panther, there was news that we were about to get a Black Panther title. Now, I don't know if that's well, I was gonna say if that's even happening, but I just read it's canceled. So stuff like that, like we could have got what ifs on different games, but they're focused on the money, on the money. So Anderson questioned the likelihood of an IP sale, noting that such deals are rare and financially complex. According to him, even if Dead Space could attract a buyer, producing a new entry would require significant investment on top of the acquisition cost. Is a Dead Space game going to do 12 to 15 million copies? Like I said, at the end of the day, all they really care about is it going to sell and are we going to get a lot of money back from this game? This is a very, very risky investment. If we do happen to buy this out, whoever buys this game out, whoever buys this franchise out, is it worth it? And is it going to sell 12 to 15 mil? Now, I don't think it's going to do numbers like that. It could, but my headphones just went out. It could, but with the way these other live service stuff, the big AAA games, they're selling way more than this. So company wise, business wise, I see it, but from a consumer standpoint, it's like, ugh. I wish they could have continued the series, even if it wasn't selling like that. So I know that the remake of the first game was great. We got positive reviews. I think it got nominated for a couple awards, but did it sell though? Did it sell? That's at the end of the day, that's what they want. And I've said before, like even if they didn't come out with a even if they didn't come out with a game or a sequel, I would have loved for them to do some type of TV series, a major movie. Now that would sell. That would sell like hotcakes. But realistically, I don't see this series continuing anymore. It's gonna be a miracle if honestly somebody picks this franchise up and does something with it. But I honestly don't see this going anywhere else. So hopefully, hey, never say never. Hopefully we do get something. But with the way it's looking, with the way the business is looking, we don't know. So yeah, shout out to Dead Space, shout out to EA. Well, I don't know if I can say shout out to EA because EA's been yeah. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Dead Space. Are y'all Dead Space fans? Do y'all want another sequel? Do y'all want a live action TV series or a movie of some sort? Like I really don't want this franchise to die out because this series is just gonna get ignored and we're never gonna get anything like this again. So like I said with the Black Panther, like they had what if games that were supposed to be coming out, but it's on a priority level at this point. So is it gonna sell? That's the question. That's the number one big question. Is it going to sell? So that is gonna be it for Dead Space. And now moving on to the next topic. This stream is probably gonna go for like close to an hour, depending on, or 45, depending on how long I go into these topics. So CD Projekt Red, they are the game developers, game company for The Witcher, for Cyberpunk 2077, incredible games. We all know the first window of Cyberpunk, it didn't do so well, but if you go back and play this game now, it's a masterpiece. So it is they're doing pretty good right now. And we just got news, well not just got news, but they showed in one of the conferences that Witcher 4 is going to be coming. Now, I don't think it's going to be out next year. I think this is a 2027 game, but Project Red has laid out a game plan for what the 6-year window was going to be like for The Witcher. And I think Cyberpunk, they're making I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not. They're gonna be making a second Cyberpunk game. So CD Projekt Red insists it can get the next Witcher trilogy out in a 6-year window. That's pretty risky. Because Witcher 3 didn't come out since 2015. Let me do the math on this. Let me see if I'm correct. We fact checking this. Witcher 3 release date. Witcher 3 released May 19, 2015. It is now 2025, and The Witcher 4 is probably most likely going to be releasing in 2027. So that's 12 years. Now, if y'all can do that, kudos to y'all. Like, but that's 3 games that y'all are doing in a 6-year time span. We gonna see. So, and it's very ambitious timeline. So CD Projekt Red has reiterated its previously stated ambition to release a trilogy of a new Witcher game, starting with The Witcher 4 within a 6-year window. The Witcher 4 is not expected before 2027, like I said, which will put its release more than 6 years after the last full release by CD Projekt Red 2020's Cyberpunk 2077. But the proposed timeline suggests a sequel just 3 years later and another 3 years after that. This extremely ambitious development plan was first announced in 2022 and a long-term strategy update from CD Projekt that also included plans for the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, several Witcher spin-offs, and a new franchise. They are putting in a lot of work. If you're going to have spin-offs to The Witcher, if you're going to have a second Cyberpunk, if you're going to have a new franchise, now that's great that y'all got a game plan of what the next games are going to be, but to have it in a 3-year time span, which is doable, y'all can do it, but yeah, I don't know. We don't want to have another Cyberpunk situation again when it first dropped. And I think hopefully, I think they learned their lesson. I don't think Witcher 4 is going to go down like that. I picked Witcher 4 as one of the best games to come out in the near future for the Game Awards. My most anticipated game, because I'm praising that game already. I'm vouching for y'all. I want y'all to win, because Witcher 4 looks amazing. And from the trailer they gave us what we wanted to see, of course, but it might do it. This game might be one of them ones. I'm hoping so. And if y'all can do 3 games, including Witcher 4, so Witcher 4, 5, 6, it's possible. It's possible. Because that'll take us all the way up until the PlayStation 6. So we'll see. So this extremely ambitious development plan was first announced. Oh, already read that. Okay. Okay. But it's surprising to hear the publisher/developer sticking to its guns in the idea, given the current reality of AAA game development. Grand Theft Auto is scheduled to be released 8 years after Rockstar Games' previous effort, Red Dead Redemption 2, while Naughty Dog hasn't released a full new game since 2020, and its next title, Intergalactic, is likely still years away. So I don't think that game is coming out next year either. Even previously, annual franchises like Assassin's Creed have slowed down the rate of new releases considerably. So definitely take time out. Like I said, it's doable, it's possible. It's not, the 3 to 4 year gap is what you need. You don't need to be coming out with a game every year. Leave that to the sports games, or like how Assassin's Creed used to do. But or even Ubisoft. Ubisoft would come out with a game every year. It wouldn't even be Assassin's Creed. It would be some Ubisoft game. We don't know what it would be, but it would be something every year. So take the time off. So I do think that the 3 to 4 year window is great. So I'm thinking back to Uncharted, because Uncharted came out in 2007, 2009, Uncharted 2 2009, Uncharted 3 2011, and Uncharted 4 2014. So that was within a 2 to 3 year time gap, or time window. But now with how big these games have gotten, you need a little bit more time, but we'll see. And you also got to think with this whole game plan and this whole timeline of 3 Witcher games. They're making a whole new trilogy. Is it going to be the same game? Is it going to reinvent the wheel? Is it going to show us new things, or is it going to just be copy and paste, add in a little bit more stuff to it? Just how they did with Insomniac Spider-Man 1, which was amazing, and then they had 2, which was still good, but it didn't really change anything. It had the same. There was really nothing new. So are they going to be doing something like that, or are they going to continuously like bring something new? That's a very ambitious goal. Very ambitious goal. But it is possible. Y'all are just going to be working nonstop. So we're going to see how that goes. But CD Projekt's co-CEO Michael Nowakowski seems confident that the studio's switch to Unreal Engine 5 development will allow it to speed up its work considerably. In a recent Q&A, Nowakowski told investors that the studio was very happy with what it had achieved in UE5 already, and how Epic's engine was progressing and how the studio was getting to grips with it. In a way, yes, I do believe that further games should be delivered in a shorter period of time. As we have stated before, our plan still is to launch the whole trilogy within a 6-year period. So yes, that would mean that we would plan to have a shorter development time between The Witcher 4 and 5, between 5 and 6, and so on. The Witcher 4 entered full production in late 2024. Okay. So they seem pretty confident. They seem like they know what they're doing. And with this new engine, again, with the new tech, it might produce a little bit faster. But then again, this is The Witcher that we're talking about. So we're going to see. We are going to see. But shout out to CD Projekt Red. Shout out to Witcher 4. Shout out to Siri. Y'all know I'm going to be playing this game day 1 when it comes out. I believe this might. Now I'm thinking business-wise. I'm thinking consumer-wise. I'm thinking The Witcher 4, with the way The Witcher 4 is going to be set up, this looks like it may be on the PS6. It may be on the PS6. Or if not on the PS6, because y'all know how with each generation, they come out with their best games at the tail end. So it's going to come out the tail end of the lifespan of the PS5. And then when the PS6 drops, they're going to have that, and they're going to make it for that. And they're going to have it like a remastered or something like that. Or it's going to be specifically catered to the PS6. So we'll see. We'll see. But it is doable. They are able to do it, and we shouldn't have a super long break with these games. Nobody wants to have a GTA 5 to GTA 6 time span. You don't ever want to do that. So, like I said, 3 to 4, close to 5, 3 to 4. No, don't even say 5. 3 to 4 time span is like the sweet spot of a game sequel or like the next game of that development company. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But hopefully they learn their lesson with Cyberpunk. They are making a second Cyberpunk game. So we don't know how that's gonna go. We still need more details on that, but these are AAA games that we are talking about. So take all the time y'all need if y'all need it. Take all the time y'all need. We want this game to be a finished product when it comes out. We don't want this game to come out. We don't want the trilogy to come out and it not be a finished product. That's not what we don't. We don't want that. We don't want that. So y'all let me know what y'all think about The Witcher. Are they able to do 3 games in a 6-year trilogy? 3 years apart. Or 2 years apart, pretty much. So, oof. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all even fans of The Witcher? Do y'all like CD Projekt Red games? Like, y'all let me know. Alrighty. Now we get into Ubisoft. Now I have a love and hate relationship with Ubisoft. The most recent game that they came out with was Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, I actually like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I actually put that, and I'm gonna make a video on it at the end of the year, at the tail end of the year, of like the games that were that stood out to me. Assassin's Creed Shadows was good. Was a good game. I enjoyed it. I liked it. So we got news that they are creating a Far Cry TV series. Now, I am a fan of Far Cry. Far Cry 3 was the first Far Cry game that I played out of the series, and I loved it. To me, that was the best one. Voss, that's probably one of the top. I really got to put my listings down, but Voss is probably up there as one of the top greatest video game villains. That actor killed it. And that's what we know him for. Like, if you wanna think of a Far Cry or a Ubisoft villain, is Voss. So I love Far Cry 3. I played a little bit of Far Cry 4. Far Cry 5 I did not. To me, they just kind of veered off. It was in America. It wasn't in like the jungle area. It wasn't like in the mountains like 4 was. It was kind of like in the forested areas, which wasn't bad, but and then Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 was good. The voice acting was really good, but that game was too damn long. That game was too long. So it's great that they are coming out with a series. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this and we're gonna get into it. So Far Cry TV series ordered by FX. Let me drink this water. All right. FX has placed a series order for an anthology TV show based on Ubisoft's Far Cry series. Just like the games that inspired it, each season of the limited series will feature a new setting and cast of characters. FX's Far Cry will stream on Hulu in the US and Disney Plus internationally. The project comes from established FX producers Rob Mack, creator of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and executive producer of the Emmy-winning Welcome to Wrexham, who's producing through his production banner, More Better Productions, and Noah Hawley producing through his 26 Keys production banner. Creator of FX Emmy-winning anthology series Fargo and Alien Earth. Mac is also set to star in the series. Okay, so this looks interesting. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out because I'm a fan of Far Cry. I'm curious to see what they can do. When you're talking about something like this, you can definitely make a TV show out of this. So we don't really know. Are they gonna do like how they did with not Far Cry, Fallout? Like it is in that world, but these are brand new characters. Like uh I forgot the characters' names for Fallout, but the girl, the dude, and the ghoul, brand new characters. They just dropped them in that world and they're making their own story, which I love. So I think they're gonna do something like that. So FX has had a magnificent partnership with Rob Mack and Noah Hawley for a combined 6 series and 32 seasons of television. And we couldn't be more excited that they are teaming up for Far Cry. I have no doubt that they will tell the story in a way that is original, gripping, and wildly entertaining. We also want to thank our partners at Ubisoft for entrusting us with this beloved property. Getting to work alongside Noah Hawley is a dream realized. Ubisoft has been remarkably generous, entrusting us with one of the most iconic video game worlds ever created. And through it all, my FX family continues to lift me up with the constant belief and support. What I love about the Far Cry game franchise is its anthology. Each game is a variation of a theme, the same way each season of Fargo is a variation on a theme, said Hawley. To create a big action show that can change from year to year while always exploring the nature of humanity through this complex and chaotic lens is a dream come true. I'm excited to partner with Rob and bring our shared irreverent, ambitious sensibility to the screen. Okay, cool. I'm down. I have no problem watching a Far Cry TV show. Now, I know that Ubisoft did have they did have Splinter Cell. I still need to watch that. Now I heard that show is really good too. I forgot what it's like specifically called, but that Splinter Cell show is like that. So I'm down. I'm down. I'll watch it. I'm down to watch this. And I love how, because y'all know how the games are. If y'all play Far Cry, each game is set in different locations. So there's a lot of world building that you can do with this. This could be in the jungles. This could be up in the mountains. This could be in the Americas. Yeah, you could take it a lot of ways. With this game, it's been set in different locations, so there's many different directions you can go with this. So I'm down. Is it gonna be good? That is the question. But yeah, I'm down to watch it. And we have gotten to the state where video game to TV show or video game to live adaptation is doing pretty well. We are in that state where we're getting top tier acting. Lucy, that was the girl from Fallout. We're getting stuff like Fallout. We're getting stuff like Last of Us, Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, Far Cry, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell, Tomb Raider. Like we're getting some heat. And this is by FX, so FX they have had a good history with TV shows. So I'm looking forward to it. I know with stuff like this, I know they're gonna have some type of Easter eggs or it's gonna correlate with the video games in some kind of way, but ultimately they're gonna have a new set of characters just like with Fallout, and they're gonna drop them in this world, and it just so happens to be Fallout. So I'm down. Sign me up. Are y'all excited for a Fallout game? Or that next topic. Are y'all excited for a Fallout TV series? And can they do a villain that's gonna match Voss, or they can they do a villain that's gonna match the villain in Far Cry 4, because he was good too. He was good too. Um, but yeah, you can definitely flesh out more of these characters. And the game deals with a whole bunch of chaos, a whole bunch of the characters' morale and the humanity and how far people can take it. How far people can go take it when they go crazy, I guess. I don't know. But that game very chaotic, very chaotic. Um but yeah, I'm down. He looks he looks familiar. I've seen him in something. He does not. I don't know where he's in. But yeah, I'm down for this. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all want a Far Cry series? Do y'all even like Far Cry? So we gonna see. And segueing, still talking about Far Cry, we got news of Far Cry 7. Now there's some leaks, there's some screenshots of the potential next sequel. So we are gonna read a little bit about this, and we're gonna give my thoughts on what this is about. So, how I gave y'all the rundown of Far Cry series. So I love Far Cry, not love, but Far Cry 3 was the best one for me. I love Voss. I love the story and how that was going. I love that game had one of the best intros. You got all your homies, you got all your friends having this grand time vacation, and all of a sudden you get captured. And now you gotta progress and make your way through the island and continue to save your friends. That is the best Far Cry game. And then I played a little bit of Far Cry 4. I didn't finish it. I did not play Far Cry 5. Just because it was set in America. Now I'm sure it's good. It's okay. It's just not as good as 3. But they took it in Americas where the forest and and all that stuff is at. And Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 was great. That game was just too long. Like, I put in so many hours on Far Cry 6. I love the characters. I love how you could be the guy or the girl. I love the voice acting. I love Giancarlo forgive me for saying his name incorrectly. But that guy that was in Breaking Bad, the villain, he was in this game, Far Cry 6. And now we got leaks of a Far Cry 7. So I'm curious as to where this location is going to be taking place at. Because Far Cry 3, they did it in on the islands, in like the jungle setting. Far Cry 5, they did it in like the mountain areas, the Himalayas, I think. Far Cry 6, they did it in like Southern America. And now Far Cry 7, where is this going to be? So, early screenshots from Ubisoft's next first-person shooter, Far Cry 7, have allegedly been leaked via a data mine of XDefiant. XDefiant data miner, again TX, took to Twitter X to share screenshots and other details from the unannounced Far Cry 7. The images are said to have been taken from the game's extraction mode rather than the main story. The mode is set in Alaska, and the extraction map is called Paradise Park. It allegedly features wildlife that will be hostile towards the player. And of course, we all know Far Cry. The world has it's a living thing in itself. Like, you will get attacked by wildlife. That's what made those games so good. So the data miner mentioned that Far Cry 7's story mode may feature a map that is different from the one featured in the extraction mode. They also said that one of the protagonists is a white bearded male who is possibly in his 30s. According to the source, The next entry in the Far Cry series will see the light of day sometime during the next 2 years. The game is said to have been developed using Ubisoft's Snowdrop engine. So the aforementioned leaked screenshots. So this is what the game is looking like. So this is from the extraction thing that they got going on. And it is Ubisoft. So they're going to be dealing with a whole bunch of microtransactions. Y'all already know it. Live service. That's going to be a thing. This is going to have multiplayer. We already know it. Now, are they going to focus more on the multiplayer than the story? We don't see. But I honestly would rather not. But how I said in the beginning of the stream, it's a business at the end of the day. And what they want to see is it making enough money. So this is the protagonist and the villain. So the images below are said to show the game's protagonist and a potential family photo of the villain. Interesting. Okay. Far Cry 5 story mode missions. The data miner also revealed the names of a few missions featured in Far Cry 7 story mode. Airspace, NASA HQ, Verizon Center, JFK Center. So this is set in America. So we're just gonna figure out where specifically. So back in June 24, Reddit user claimed to have details on the main cast of characters. They mentioned their casting calls were held for a project codenamed Revival. The project was managed by Angela Bottis, who was also the casting production manager for Far Cry 6 and several other Ubisoft titles. Interesting. Okay, so I need more. I know this was just a leak, but I'm sure that when we have some type of conference or shoot, they might just show it up in the video game awards. We don't really know. So I need more info. Just these pictures alone will not suffice. So I thought it was gonna be set in somewhere in Alaska, but apparently it's gonna be set in different locations. This map should be a lot bigger. And they're gonna focus on multiplayer. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if Far Cry 6 dealt with like a multiplayer. I don't know. I forgot. I haven't played this game in a while, but yeah, the microtransactions will be had. I'm already knowing. So we'll see. We will see. A game like this ain't coming out till 2027 either. They probably gonna announce something like this next year, or give news or like a gameplay trailer of it. So we will see. I just hope that they will not copy and paste, and I hope they will limit the amount of hours of this game that you need to complete. Assassin's Creed Shadows was great, but I put in close to 80 hours of that game. That game was stupid long. I probably could have put in over 100, if we being honest. Like if you're trying to platinum that game, you're gonna put in over 100 hours easy. But that's the problem. That's another problem that I have with Ubisoft. Y'all have good games, but y'all have super lengthy games. Like I need a game that's gonna get short, simple, straight to the point. Give me a 30 to close to 40-hour game and we good. But yeah, we're gonna see. Ubisoft hasn't had like a Assassin's Creed Shadows was a great game. It was good. I would give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. But y'all haven't had a great game. Like a 9 or like a certified 9 or 9.5. Y'all haven't had a great game in a long time. Not even a great game. Y'all haven't had Y'all haven't had one of them ones. We know when a game is one of them ones. Y'all need a game that's gonna knock it out the park and be like, yeah, this is different. Now, will Far Cry 7 be different? We gonna see. I'm rooting for y'all. I want y'all to win. I want all these developers to win. I don't want nobody to go out of business. I don't want nobody to be broke and run out of money. Like, I want all y'all to be successful. Y'all just need to make good games and care. Care. That is the most important thing. I need y'all to care. In the state that we are in with this economy, people don't have that. So, yeah, we will see. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all fans of Far Cry? Do y'all want a Far Cry 7? Do you think it's gonna be trash? Or are y'all thinking about picking something like this up? So I need more details. I need more. I need gameplay. I need a trailer. I need voice actors. I need like just how they did it with 6. A game like this may just have top tier voice actor. Not may, but they should. They should. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So last but not least, let me close this right quick because let me talk for a little bit. Let me talk about my history with Warner Bros. So apparently we got news of this like yesterday or 2 days ago. Netflix is trying to acquire Warner Bros. Warner Bros owns a lot of different series, a lot of different franchises, and if Netflix acquires Warner Bros, they get all of that. Now, is this good for business? No, it is not. But I'm gonna talk about my history and what my thoughts are with Warner Bros. So right now the state of Warner Bros is not good. It's not. It's not. so back then Warner Bros was when we're talking about the games. As far as my history goes with the games, they got Mortal Kombat, they got the Batman, they got the DC stuff going on. Like back then, it was top tier. They knew what they was doing. Shadow of Mordor, that was a great game. Great game. But as of recently, these past few years, they have been coming out with nothing but trash. Like Gotham, was it Gotham Knights? Kill the Justice League. They was supposed to come out with a Wonder Woman game. That didn't happen. They were supposed to come out with another DC game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they canceled all that. Warner Bros. Just they had the that Warner Bros. Fighting game. I forgot what it's called. That flopped. I genuinely thought that was gonna be competition for Super Smash Bros. Because what Warner Bros. Owns, they own so many IPs. We're talking about Cartoon Network. We're talking about Harry Potter, Scooby Doo, the Adult Swim, all of that, DC, Game of Thrones, Looney Tunes. Like they own a lot of stuff, and for them to acquire, for a bigger company to acquire them, they're gonna have all of that. But when it comes to Warner Bros. And making video games, it's not it. Another one, Mortal Kombat 1. It had a spark when it first came out, but then that flopped. Nobody's talking about that now. It was in the big 3: Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1, they just need to take a break from Mortal Kombat. Come back in a few years, give it time to cook. Go back and make a game plan, see what y'all did wrong with Mortal Kombat 1 and come back. Because Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11, great. Mortal Kombat 10, I like that more grittier, darker feel to it. Mortal Kombat 1, I mean, it's still violent. All of them are violent, but it was a lighter tone to it. Like lighter in aesthetically lighter. I like that darker aesthetic. But yeah, Warner Bros. Ain't been doing so hot. And now they've been focusing on the live service stuff. Kill the Justice League. That game was trash. That game was trash. I feel bad for anybody who bought that game. They are just not what they used to be. This is a company that had Batman Arkham series. Arkham City, one of the greatest superhero games of all time. And now they got reduced to something like a Gotham Knights or a whatchamacallit, Kill the Justice League. How I said, Shadow of Mordor. That game was amazing. I knew nothing about Lord of the Rings until I really dived into that game. I heard Shadow of War was good, but it had a whole bunch of live service stuff going on, and it just wasn't as good as the first one. But yeah, they have not been doing so great. Like, their track record is not it. It's been going downhill from here. And so if they get acquired, if they get acquired by Netflix or some other big company, I don't know what that is going to mean for what the games are going to be. Is this going to be a new standard? Netflix might have different plans. Is it going to be more focused on microtransactions and a live service games like that? Because if not, we're just going downhill from there. So, a couple of days ago, we just got news that they are trying to acquire. Nothing has been set in stone yet, but they have been trying to acquire. And today, Paramount came out with something. They trying to make a bid on obtaining Warner Bros. So we don't know what's about to happen. We don't know what the future is going to hold for this company. It's going to get bought out eventually. I already know it. So I'm going to read a little bit about this, and we're not going to read all of it, but we're just going to kind of breeze through. So Paramount on Monday, which is today, mounted a hostile takeover bid for Warner Bros. Discovery, a brazen attempt to secure a Hollywood prize snatched away by Netflix last week. Netflix announced an $83 billion deal to buy a big part of Warner Bros. Paramount said it would pay $30 per share in each cash, valuing the company at around $108 billion, including the debt. It said it was going to shareholders because the board of Warner Bros. Discovery is pursuing an inferior proposal that will lead to a challenging regulatory approval process. Paramount has offered to buy all of Warner Bros. Discovery, including the Warner Bros. Movie studio, the HBO Max streaming service, and a portfolio of cable channels, including CNN. Cable channels are not part of the Netflix deal. So apparently Paramount got a better deal than Netflix right now. But the thing is, if one of these companies acquires Warner Bros., who knows what the price is going to go up? There's going to be less competition for everybody, and you need competition. I was reading, or I was watching Black Okage. Shout out to him. I was watching one of his videos. He was talking about this too. You need 2 to 3, not 2 to 3. You need 3 to 4 people in the same field as for competition. Because if you don't have any competition, that one company is going to make the rules, and that's going to be the standard. Like, steel sharpens steel. That's why we have competition for gaming. That's why we have PlayStation. Well, we had keyword had Xbox. That's why we had Nintendo. Back then, we had GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. That was the big three. That was what we were competing for. And then we went over to of course, Nintendo's going to do their thing with the handhelds. PlayStation had their handhelds, the PSP. Then we reached to the PS3, the Xbox 360, the Wii. That was competition. And nowadays, we're at the Switch 2, PS5, Xbox. I don't know what y'all got going on right now. And I don't want Xbox to fail. I really don't. Like, I need Microsoft to get it together when it comes to the gaming side of things. Financial point, y'all got it. Y'all got enough money. Y'all own the tech world. But when it comes to the gaming side of things, downhill. Sony is winning. And we don't need Sony to be the number one top dog, because they're the ones that are going to be the ground. They're the ones that are going to be the standard for how games are going to be set. And we don't want that. We need the different companies. We need different developers to live on. And if this is getting acquired, 9 times out of 10, this probably will the prices will go up. So I don't know, but with this offer that they're trying to do, and you got to think Warner Bros. They got the studio, they own big major stuff, like as far as movie wise. They got the HBO streaming services, and you already know the catalog on that. You talking about Sopranos, you're talking about Game of Thrones, you talking about The Wire, you talking about The Pit, Sex and the City, all those HBO originals. They're gonna have all that. So yeah, like HBO got some heat. Cause if I was to really choose and have only a couple services, HBO was not leaving. HBO got the TV hits. They are king when it comes to TV shows. They are king when it comes to drama. I love me some drama. So I'd rather have HBO. Well, let me not say that, because Netflix got some heat too. But to me, honestly, Netflix wasn't like how it was years back. That was peak. But HBO is not going nowhere. For my personal list. But yeah, I mean, this is a whole bunch of other details about the shares and what's gonna happen. But the market for this is not good. It's not. So we don't know what's about to happen for Warner Bros. We don't know what's about to happen for the gaming side of Warner Bros. They need to get it together with the gaming side. Oh, they scrapped DC superhero games. They need to bring that back. They won't, but it's just, I don't know. They need to take a break. They need to take a break from Mortal Kombat, and they need to come out with something better. So, and they are focusing on the live action. I keep saying live action. They keep focusing more on the live service aspect. We don't need that. So, yeah, we're gonna see. So I know this story is gonna get updated pretty much every day. We don't know who's gonna have the rights or buy out this whole company, because that's a lot of money. Netflix had an $83 billion. Paramount was talking about 100-something million or billion. That's a lot, plus the debt that they're trying to carry on with that. That's a lot of money. So we're gonna see. we're gonna see. And then another thing I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit is the Game Awards. So the Game Awards is streaming. They will be going live on December 11th. So I will be streaming that on Twitch. So be on the lookout for that. I think it's around 6ish my time. But yeah, that's gonna be. I'm gonna hop on and see what the winners are. Give my thoughts. I know they're gonna be coming out with some trailers, with some news drops. So I'm excited for that. But what I did hear, and it just came out today, that they are most likely going to be dropping a Tomb Raider game or news of a Tomb Raider game. I need that. I need that. So we'll see what happens. Is it gonna be a sequel to the other ones that dropped, like the whole new trilogy? Is it gonna be another reiteration of Tomb Raider, Lara Croft? But I'm looking forward to it. I love that trilogy. And they're doing the whole the Tomb Raider season 2 is dropped. Hold on. Because if they doing this, then Tomb Raider season 2, December 11th. That just so happens to be when the Game Award shows up. So yeah, they're gonna have some news, and it's not just gonna be about the show. So that is all I have for y'all today. In the description, we got the news articles. So if y'all want to take a gander at that, if y'all want more information, just go and read that. The links are in the description below. Talked about Dead Space and us not getting another sequel to that, unfortunately. Realistically, I don't think it's gonna happen. CD Projekt Red has a whole game plan of what their games are gonna look like for a 6-year time span. It's doable, it's possible, but they're gonna have to put in a lot of work. If we're talking about AAA games like The Witcher, on top of spin-offs, on top of a second Cyberpunk game, that's a lot of work. News dropped of a Far Cry TV show. I'm gonna be tuning in for that and see how it is. I am a fan of Far Cry, so we'll see how the show is. But the way that TV adaptations have been, I think we're in a good spot right now. But who knows? This show could be ass too. So let's see. Also, Ubisoft has been cooking up a Far Cry 7 game. Is this gonna be good? Is this gonna be another reiteration? Is this gonna be the game for Ubisoft that's gonna put them back on the map? Assassin's Creed Shadow did fairly well. It was good. It was a good game, but it wasn't one of them ones. Ubisoft needs one of them ones. Y'all know what I mean by that. And then we talked about the whole Netflix acquiring Warner Bros. And the whole business side and gaming side of that and how that's gonna look. So we don't really know what's about to happen, but we're gonna find out in a couple of days or next week. So my next stream is going to be on Thursday. I will say it again. I will be streaming the Game Awards December 11th around 6ish. I think that's the time where it goes on. So tune in for that. It will be on Twitch. It will not be on YouTube because a whole bunch of copyright stuff. And I will be cutting this stream up into, say, videos, shorter videos, reels, TikToks, shorts, all that stuff. But yeah, I haven't given y'all a stream in a while, so I had to. I got my Christmas layout in the background, got my little Santa hat. I'm feeling festive today. Shout out to everybody who jumped in the chat, only for a little bit. This will be on the YouTube channel. Go follow the second YouTube channel. If I'm not active on here, I'm a little bit more consistent on there. So right now I'm playing Judgment, I'm playing Bully. So I got videos scheduled in the future. So even when I'm gone on vacation, because I will be gone, that video will, though that channel will be a little bit more consistent. So to give y'all a little bit more stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I am hungry. I'm gonna go eat, and we will get back on Judgment probably tomorrow. So I will be, damn, I lied. I know I said my next stream was Thursday, but my next stream may be tomorrow because I'll be streaming Judgment. I am playing Clay Obscure Expedition 33. I don't know why I say the full thing, Expedition 33, but that is a game where I gotta play offline. I can't have that stream. That's a game where I gotta really focus and really dive into the story. But yeah, that's about it. Hour 14 minutes. We did pretty good. So again, appreciate it for everybody that jumped in even for a little bit. And this stream will be on YouTube. So I will see y'all on the next one. Deuces.